So in this video, we're going to be dividing fractions by fractions. So let's try a problem. We'll do 1/2 divided by 1/3. So what this question is asking is, it's asking how many 1/3s are there in 1/2. So I like to use common denominators to solve division of fraction problems. So a quick way to find a common denominator is just multiply the two denominators together. It'll often give you a good common denominator you can use. So 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm going to rename this into 6 by multiplying numerator and denominator by 3. So over here we get 3 over 6. And over here I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by 2. And I get 2/6. So now this question is asking how many 2/6 are there in 3? So you can simply just ignore the denominators and just divide the numerators. 3 divided by 2 gives me 3/2. You can leave your answer as a fraction like this, or you can rename it as a mixed number, or you can divide it and get a decimal. I prefer that you leave it as a fraction for now. Now, another way to solve this problem, if you don't like common denominators, is to draw an area model. So first, I'll draw a rectangle. And then I'm going to start with 1/2. So I'm going to draw 1/2. And I'm going to shade in half of it. Now, secondly, we're going to split it into thirds. So I'm going to go left, right. I'm going to draw 2 lines. In order to make 3 pieces, you draw 1 less than what you're looking for. So I have thirds. So I'm going to draw 2 lines to make 3 pieces. So you can see there's 1 piece here, 2 pieces, and 3. And then I'm just going to circle one group right here, 1/3, because this says divided by 1/3. So now to get the numerator for your quotient, you just count how many are shaded in. I see 1, 2, 3. 3 are shaded in. And then how many are circled? 1, 2 for your denominator. So this is a quick way to find your quotient. If you don't like using common denominators, you get the same answer, 3/2. And let's try another example. Here we'll start with 2/3 divided by 1/4. So the common denominator for 3 and 4, it's going to be 12. I just multiply 3 times 4 and I got 12. So over here, I want to multiply times 4 times 4, and I get 8/12. And over here, I want to triple it, times 3 times 3, and I get 3/12. And then we're just going to divide. You can ignore the denominators, and it's going to be 8 divided by 3, and that's your quotient. Now for the area model, we're going to start off the same way as before. Start with a rectangle, and I'm going to model 2/3. So 1, 2, and I'm going to shade in 2/3. So 1/3, 2/3. And then the divisor, the second number, tells me that I need to split into fourths. So I'm going to draw 3 lines. Remember, if you want 4 pieces, you draw 1 less than what you want, so it's 3. And make sure you have 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can go ahead and circle any one of the 4 groups. I'll circle the middle one this time. And now your quotient is going to be how many you have shaded in total. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 shaded in. And then how many are circled? 1, 2, 3. And there's your quotient, 8/3. Lastly, let's try another problem with numbers that are just a little bit more complicated. We have 3/4 divided by 2/5. So this question is asking how many 2/5 are there in 3/4. So I'm going to find a common denominator. Once again, I'm just going to do 4 times 5, which is 20. I'm going to multiply times 5 over here, times 5 over here, and we get 15/20. Over here, I'm going to multiply times 4, and we get 8/20. And then we're going to divide. You can ignore the denominators, and you have 15 divided by 8, and you can just leave it as 15/8, like that. Now for the area model, we're going to start the same way as before. You're going to draw a rectangle, and we're going to model 3/4. So I'm going to draw 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to shade in 3 out of 4. So 1, 2, and 3. Next, I'm going to model the 2/5. So I need to make 5 pieces. So I'm going to draw 1 less than that, so 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, this says 2/5, so I'm going to circle 2 out of the 5 groups. So I'm going to go ahead and circle the top 2 groups. Now, for your quotient, it's going to be how many you have shaded in total. So I'm going to use multiplication here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3. So I see a total of 5 times 3, 15 shaded in. And then your denominators, how many you have circled. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. You get 15/8 as your quotient. And that's it for dividing fractions by fractions.